Hi guys, it's Lydia here, coming to you from relentlesswill.com. So I'm trying to keep up with all your guys' questions, and I know there's some topics I haven't touched on yet, but they will come, trust me. There's one important thing I wanted to share with you guys, and I think it's important, especially for I guess new people who are kind of newer at or haven't quite gotten started yet. And it's, you know, for all the people I've talked to, I guess you can even call them clients to some degree. They all seem to face a similar problem, and this is something that everybody goes through, and that is peer pressure. So I get people who come to me and they say, you know, we're kind of going out, you know, go to a party, or I have like some kind of big event. I like to go on a weekend to drink. What do you do about alcohol, or you know, birthday parties or what have you? So, you know, it's just like you think. If, you know, people are always going to compare themselves to whatever somebody else is doing, and if it affects them in a negative way, they're basically going to compare what you're doing to what they're not doing. And it's the people who truly care for you, or who are inspired by you, who, you know, they're not going to change in a negative way, but it's the people who aren't willing to make the effort, who are going to essentially be your haters, if you will, for lack of a better word. And you know, this is the biggest thing that slowed me down from getting started. You know, my biggest worry is, what are other people going to think? You know, when there's this, you know, 210-pound girl trying to work, you know, a treadmill for the first time, or you know, I was bored during my prep for my first competition. You know, I had weddings and birthday parties and things, and I mean, I'll be honest with you guys, I took my own food with me, and I did not feel bad about it. And I think the funny thing was that the people around me felt bad for me, because I wasn't having like a piece of cake, or, you know, I don't know, eating their food in particular, even though I was eating and I wasn't starving. That was later on. But I think, and a lot of you will maybe haven't even gone through this, but more than I changed, you know, my closest friends even realized the only thing that changed about me was my confidence level went up, and I was no longer a pushover, and you know, I was no longer gonna take people's shit. So, you know, I took that all my life, and you know, I don't allow any kind of negativity in my life at all. And you know, if you're gonna be around me in any way, if you're one of those people who has to sabotage other people to feel better about yourself, to put other people down to feel better about yourself, I think it's sad. And you know, for any of you guys who are following me, do the same. Get those people out of your life. I don't care if it's family, close friends, quote unquote friends. You know, one lesson I learned quickly, you know, going through a contest prep, is you kind of get a crash course in what's important. You know, when time and energy and even money is so precious, you find yourself kind of backed up against the wall. You know, you want to get in your training, and you want to keep your diet on track, but at the same time you don't want to be faced with all these temptations and just people giving you yap. You know, why aren't you eating? You're so skinny, blah blah blah. They're never gonna get it. So over time, I'm going to tell you you guys what I've learned to do, and the best thing to do in any aspect when you're working on a goal and you are just on course, and just don't talk about it with people, and only talk about it with people 100% who are going to back you up. And I really want to share this because this is other than how do I stay motivated, this is the one other thing I get, and it just fires me up when I hear about other people putting people down because, like, some girls are told they're going to get too bulky by their friends, or some guys are maybe made fun of because they're having a salad instead of a burger and fries. And you know what, I feel sorry for those people who have to condescend. I had someone ask me, about what I would do about alcohol. Now, first of all, I don't drink. I don't mind it. I don't, a special occasion, I wouldn't mind having a beer and some wine. But, I'm not going to go out every weekend. Or it's not even a regular thing for me to try and cram alcohol in my macros. Now, I could if I wanted. But to me, I'd rather have something a bit more substantial, and I actually very much enjoy my aminos. So I happily take them to the bar with me, and if somebody has a problem with it, I'll bash them over here with this bottle. The last time I was at a bar and I was seeing all these people trashed and just not even conscious of what was going on, I felt sorry for them. I really do. The people who have no control, the people at Thanksgiving who are eating till they're stuffed, and then they're kind of sitting there falling asleep and, why did I do that? Feeling like shit. Ever since I've gotten my diet back on track, I have not had that feeling. I used to have that feeling when I had no control and I was eating, every Christmas. So, take charge of your own life. I mean, literally, I block people the minute I start hearing something negative, come out of their mouth. Talk to people who are going to support you. And I'll be honest with you, I'll think of about maybe 3 people who've actually, maybe 4, that'll be +1 for my new coach, who have just told me to just do it. I have some close family friends who have been just following me since the beginning, and they're just like, Lydia, if it's what you want to do, just go do it. So, another whole part of this I could go on about is knowing what's right to do, but you really won't figure that until you make enough mistakes. You try the things. You're going to try numerous things till you figure out what's right. And until 110% what direction you should be going, and that's where I am right now. And, as soon as I found out about this, coach training program, I've never been so excited in my life. I couldn't sleep. I didn't want to pay the $8,000 to become your generic gym trainer when, it's so easy to tell anyone to lift a weight. But the mental aspect behind it, you gotta have before you tell anyone to do anything. And that person has to have it before they even pick up a weight. So, sorry, I kind of went off a tangent there, I think. But I just want you guys to kind of look at it from another perspective when you're kind of sacrificing, birthday cake or, alcohol, and be proud of what you're doing. Remember what you're doing. Every single time you make a sacrifice, that makes an impact. And every time you skip that sacrifice and you give in, that will make an impact. So, if it's something you really like to do or really enjoy, plan it out. Fit it in once a month. Maybe it's a treat you can divide up and maybe do once a week, just make it smaller. But I'm telling you, it is not important as what you want in the long run is. And don't let people manipulate you, because people have done that to me for so long. And I really had to kind of, you know, and I want you guys to do this homework. I want you to close yourself off. You know, just close your eyes, block everyone out, and pretend nobody was around, nobody existed, and ask yourself what you want, and be honest with yourself. And that is the direction you should be going in. So, you know, I hope you guys give some thought to what I said, and you know, to really truly be happy in life, you got to do what you want to do. If you're trying to do what your parents wanted you to do, and your friends or your teacher or whatever, you know, at the end of the day, who's going to be sleeping, you know, in bed at night with your life? And, you know, 20 years from now, who's going to be living it? So, if you need any more good reality checks, you know, just hit me up. And, you know, I'm pretty excited to see where this year leads me. I guess I essentially have my next 5 years planned out, so I don't want to keep on rambling. I'm only trying to kill time now, I think, on this treadmill. So I'll talk to you guys a little sooner. All right, bye-bye.